my real passion is patients who are at the end of their lives, because I feel, for me, it's a real honour to make sure that they can die with dignity and that they are not frightened when they go. My name's Jacquie Brodie and I'm a senior charge nurse in Hawthorne Ward in Ellen's Glen House Hospital, which is in the south side of Edinburgh. I like making change, and I think a lot of people think, oh, you shouldn't do these kind of things, you're not allowed to, but I think you just go for it, because I think if it makes a positive change and everybody likes it, why not?
5 days a week. She seems to think right out the box instead of going along what people have said or done before. She's a thinker, she's a goer. I'm allowed to say she's a pain in the bum at times. Not really.
When communication's poor, for staff, there is a real feeling of stress. Nobody knows what's going on. It can cause real anxiety. For the relatives, it can cause anger and anxiety for them. And for the patients as well, if they don't know what's happening with themselves, they can become quite depressed and feel that they're not involved at all. To be honest, I think as nurses we've realised that if you can get communication right, you've got it solved. We submitted a project and we called it Compassionate Communication, and we were looking at a compassionate way on how to improve communication for ourselves, for relatives and for patients. We started off 3 years ago. We looked at what we felt we did well, what we felt we didn't do so well, and how we could improve it. All the staff had ideas, which we put into suggestions box. We asked relatives as well to give us ideas, and we thought about them and how we could make it better. On the back of all that, we then introduced a relative pack because the relatives felt there was no information. We developed communication boards, which are in all the patients' rooms, and they've been brilliant. And any little things that the relatives want done are on the communication boards, as in, could you please put music on for my mum every day or whatever. And it just gives us a reminder to do these things to keep them happy. We also have a relative clinic on a Thursday. The clinic actually has been a godsend. We spend at least half an hour with them, if not more sometimes, talking. Sometimes it can be not just talking, sometimes it's just listening to them cry. The family room came about because there was nowhere for relatives to go when they were grieving or they wanted to talk, and it has been a very well used room, this one. We also developed compassionate care time so that the staff could spend quality time with the patients. We also do the patient and relative stories. From that, any things that we need to improve on, we carry out. Until we started doing it, we didn't realise how much there was involved in looking after patients who are at end of life and how much we needed to improve things. So everybody has ownership of it, including the patients and the relatives, and it makes them feel as if they're part of something. Certainly the staff feel much more part of something now.
Jackie's driven, completely and utterly driven. She takes on an idea, she goes right through all the paces of the idea and she gets you all involved, asks for your thoughts, and there's been so many changes which are positive. Oh, it's been really good. It's made a difference to the ward and to the care of the patients, and the relatives can see a difference as well.
Magic Fremont worked well on the really emergency to ward.
We gradually introduced everything one by one, and the first things was really about improving the staff morale. Then it was about getting what the relatives needed. And then we just kind of went from one to the other, but it did take a good 2 years to work on it. Personally, I would like to take what we've done here and have it in every hospital. And it's not difficult because it doesn't actually cost a lot of money. So that would be my big dream, was to send it all over the world and so that everybody could use it, because it has made such a difference. No, I couldn't imagine not doing this job. It's all I want to do. I love it, but I just want to tell everybody about what we do and make sure they do it too.